Protesters in Atlanta demanded change in the wake of the deadly police shooting of Rayshard Brooks. Atlanta's Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms announced police reforms, saying she relates personally to Brooks' death.
I've had family members in that position. They get locked up on the wrong day for something stupid.
The mayor's order requires officers to de-escalate situations first. They're also duty-bound to intervene if they see another officer using excessive force.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
It's countryman again. Just I lick you with some wisdom, and I lick you with some knowledge. You gotta take inside your brain. It says, son, I've learned a lot out of reading people faces. No matter how them are going, like them original, them fake. You gotta know when to walk and know when to run and know when to fall and know when to stand.
Good day, my wonderful friends. It's me again, the great, one more great countryman. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and click on another video. In this video, I want to talk about democracy and the police actions in Jamaica. And you know, a lot of people might disagree with my take on this, or some people might agree with my take on it. But if we want to make Jamaica or think that Jamaica is a first world country and Jamaica is this and that when it comes to democracy and rights, we have to do better, and that's in my opinion. Now, I am gonna play some clips and I'm gonna come back and elaborate some more on this subject. And remember to hit the subscribe button, and I want people to leave their comment, because this is not just about Jamaica. Even though Jamaica is the subject, it's really about policing in the whole Caribbean, per se. Let's go.
We heard the loud explosion while inside sleeping. I woke him from his sleep and I said, I came in and hear them there, and him say, yeah, what them sound like? So I said, I'm not sure. Him say, alright, I go outside and look. Him come outside and he came on that wall up there. That is where I live. He came outside on the wall and then him say, you not hear nothing what going on? I said, no. Anyway, him say, I walk come at the light post, come look, and him come at the light post, come look, standing at the wall, watching him at the light post because I can see from there. Then I look, I not see him again. After I hear some loud explosion. Let me say, Jesus Christ, I hope them not kill him, I hope I not him.
Yes, I'm able to confirm at this time that sometime after about 4:30 this morning, members of the security forces did a joint targeted operation, and this operation was planned between the commanders for the St. Andrew Central Division and the members of the Jamaica Defense Force. It is in response to a series of things that have been happening in the Bedward Gardens area of the division. So this morning when they went into the area, to describe the Bedward Garden area, it's a very densely vegetated area which is extremely difficult to police. So what the gangs have done, and in this particular case it's the very gang that operates in the area, and in recent times they have been provoking the situation, provoking the citizens in Augustown by going into the hills and firing at them. Up to Sunday, they fired at one of the checkpoints where we have some of our military operatives there. So they decided to go in search of these men. So the operation was planned and executed this morning. When they went into the area, they made contact with the first contact, resulted in a gunfire. In that instance, persons were injured. Shortly thereafter, there were several other contacts with criminals. So at daybreak, when they searched the area, they found several men. Unfortunately, they were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. Five men that were pronounced dead. They searched the area, and so far they have found 7 illegal weapons, ranging from high-powered weapons, submachine guns, and pistols, a number of assorted ammunition, and they also found a number of cell phones. They also found a location that they believe is to be one of the operating bases that they operate from. There's a number of locations that they operate from in that area. So the operation, as I speak, is still ongoing. It is still a very active combat zone. At intervals, they are making contact with individuals and they are being fired on. So the members of the security forces are in the area, continuing with the operation and the search area, because they believe that there are other threats there. They also know that there are other weapons because they have found some ammunition and they have not found the guns that use that caliber weapon. So they continue to operate in the state. One member of the Jamaica Defense Force was injured during the incident and is currently being treated.
Now, I remember this case, and what really struck me about this case was that when I looked at the guys them, because their body was displayed, to me, it looked like these guys were sleeping when the police come and took them down. Just the whole crime scene, just like the 5 guys who died in Negril a couple days ago, who went on the robbery. These guys were supposed to be killers, and even one of the guys at the beginning of this piece clip, you heard what the lady said. He was inside, she heard the gunshot, he went out, next thing you know he's dead, and them say him is a part of the gang. What I am trying to say, these kind of police and military action, because everybody know that in Jamaica, the police and the military, they team up. And what they do, they police the entire Jamaica. So when you have certain areas, it's police and military. You understand? So my thing is, if something like this happen in America, Canada, modern first world countries, would we have the same response? And everybody knows the answer to that. The answer is no. So I am saying, why can't we, our government, set our country whereas the police is accountable? You understand? Just like how we make the criminals them accountable. Because if people really sit down and say Jamaica is a real democracy, them know say them a lie. Them a tell lie to themselves. They need to call Jamaica what it is. Jamaica is really a police state run by the military and the police, which the Prime Minister aligns himself with.
To keep you informed, I'm Michelle Jones, and in the news, 5 killed by police during failed robbery attempt in Negril. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items. 5 suspected robbers were reportedly killed in an alleged gunfight in proximity to Burger King in Negril, Westmoreland this morning. 6 guns were seized. According to reports, the robbers were believed to have traveled to the location in several vehicles, were seemingly about to attack a cash-in-transit vehicle when they were accosted by a police team. The men reportedly challenged the police, and during the ensuing gunfight, 5 of them were shot. It's understood that the operation was carried out by the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch. No officer was injured. The operation continues as local investigators and the Marine Police search for additional evidence.
Now, that was Michelle Jones Big up Michelle Jones. Me love your voice. I hear news, me listen, baby. For real. Big up Michelle Jones from JBNN News Network, Jamaica. Yeah. Now, only hear what Michelle just reported, and by now all the vloggers them run with it. My spin on it was, what was surprising to me is the people them that was cheering on when the police and these guys were having the shootout, and you see a group of people on the side on a building. It looked like they were in the balcony area of the seating arena, watching this live blood sport game play out in real life. You remember the movie Running Man? You know, and like another one where Jason Statham star as a driver in a prison and him have to get out. That's really what I see Jamaica is. It has become a really blood sport.
I don't want to say no. I don't want to say no. For me hand.
You don't hold on for no wine, if you don't want to. You don't hold on for no wine, no.
You want to Van Jordans.
I want to buy Reebok. The man in my banger. Road door, so the man have to just say, come down. So banger say thing come down. They want a heavy man. You must say, oh God, Jimmy, no man.
Our country from all levels, you understand? From the missing women them, go down to the lady killing the bee, all sort of things going on in this little island of 2.8 million people. Earlier, I touched on an issue when talking about this thing, this Jamaica eroded, endangered democracy. Now, like I said earlier, if we compare democracy in the USA, for example, and to Jamaica, it is a total different thing. And when you see politicians and people in society, the rich or the well-jobbed or whatever, them have them visa, they fly out and they speak, they make it look as if Jamaica is the same thing as America, or Jamaica is top-notch in democracy and human rights. No, one of the biggest issue with Jamaica, okay, is the absence of investigators investigating these crimes properly. Jamaica has switched from that kind of scenario to a military scenario that the US and Israel has been using to seek and destroy terrorists. Jamaica has changed the language in the law because they have CTOC. It's
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
A terrorist squad. So I know with terrorists it deals with terror. So to label regular crime, murder gangs, and put them in like a CTOC environment, that's right away it's to seek and destroy. So it's the absence of investigation, and you don't see a high level of police suspension and accountability. These long-term effects is what erode confidence in the system, and these long-term effects without addressing, because listen, let me see Jamaica police and the government kill them way to peace. Can they kill off everybody and kill them way out of crime? Huh? Can them kill 5 guys on Friday or Saturday? Them kill 10 tomorrow, 20 tomorrow, 100 tomorrow? Do they really think that's gonna fix the Jamaican system. No, it's not. And I'm speaking about Jamaica, but I'm also speaking about the other Caribbean countries too. Now, Andrew Holiness, he comes out and he spoke the other day that the police force has changed within the 10 years. And Andrew Holiness, he supports the police action and he supports how the police is doing it. So the question is, I'm going to ask Mr. Holiness again. Do you think we can actually kill our way out of crime? Do you think that the government and the police and Jamaica, even the citizens, we can shoot our way out of crime and shoot our way into peace and a good community? Obviously, if you say yes, Mr. Holiness, you know that's a damn lie. You have traveled, you've been all over the world, you know what it takes to make Jamaica democracy, the real democracy. You see, when you have a country like Jamaica, and you have poverty, and you have the militarized policing, you understand what it does? When you have it turns the people them into really urban guerrillas. Because there is no buffer in between. There is no way you can have police and military policing a population for nearly 50 years and not turn the people them into urban guerrilla fighters. That is totally impossible. So, if Jamaica really want to move forward on the government with crime and them thing there, them have to address all of these things. And one thing in particular they must address is justice reform. And them have to do police reform. You understand? Check this out.
Now at 5, changes are being made in the way policing is done in this country in response to nationwide protests. Atlanta's mayor said she is signing a series of orders, including more de-escalating techniques, following a deadly police shooting Friday night. CBS 4's Michael George reports from New York City, where the police commissioner there announced he is disbanding the department's anti-crime unit.
As protesters in Atlanta demanded change in the wake of the deadly police shooting of Rayshard Brooks, Atlanta's Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms announced police reforms, saying she relates personally to Brooks' death.
I've had family members in that position. They get locked up on the wrong day for something stupid.
The mayor's order requires officers to de-escalate situations first. They're also duty-bound to intervene if they see another officer using excessive force. Prosecutors are weighing charges against officers Garrett Rolfe and Devin Brosnan. When they tried to handcuff Brooks after he failed a sobriety test, he wrestled with the officers, grabbed one of their tasers, and ran. Officer Rolfe chased Brooks, who fired his taser. Rolfe fired his gun.
I think that we have to make a change in this country.
Rolfe was fired after the incident.
That was Atlanta mayor and other mayors around the country a couple years ago. They were preaching police reform, and a lot of police community, a lot of police sheriff office and stuff made changes in their department. So if you notice, like, this young man was shot and the Atlanta mayor said, you know, she got family member like that, they just somebody make a dumb choice. I am not endorsing any form of criminal because I do not like criminals. I don't like them, and that's just how it is. But I am a strong believer in constitutions, And, you know, if we want to have a better Jamaica, a better democracy, we have to have accountability and transparency in our police and law enforcement, just like you see in America. And I keep on going back to the same thing, that when we see these politicians and these people up there in society, whatever business people who align themselves with politicians, making news conference and speaking in public, they speak to Jamaica as if we are doing the same kind of laws and the same kind of thing about democracy and constitution like the US or Canada. But we are not. We know, like I said, Jamaica is a militarized country, which you have the military has been policing the people, along with the regular JCF, and the JCF, it's more like a military combat unit. You understand? They're very well trained, and they're used to small spaces. So like downtown Kingston, the police they really know how to operate. Also the criminals, because if you police them for so long doing the same thing, after a while they become urban fighters. So once again, I'm gonna stress transparency and accountability. You understand? Viewers and subscribers, people need to be more proactive about their rights. People need to demonstrate more and speak up more. Don't just settle for anything. Don't just demonstrate when somebody get killed in your neighborhood. Don't just demonstrate and speak up when something happened to a member of your family. You understand? We want transparency and accountability, and that will trickle down into the communities. Now, I mentioned earlier, and I asked Mr. Holiness or anybody if they think we can really shoot our way out of this situation that Jamaica is in. And I want people to leave their comments down below and really explain to me how you think by killing like this, the police is doing a great job, and Jamaica is a modern democracy, and Jamaica is dealing with people's constitutional rights and stuff like that. You cannot shoot your way out of this. You're gonna have to strike a balance. So you have to, as a country, and Mr. Prime Minister, we have to learn how to and see the importance in balancing the security with democratic values. Let me repeat that one more time. People need to engage in civil dialogue, protest, speak out, not just when something happens to you. But most of all, the government, the society have to find a way and the importance of balancing security with democratic values, and that includes a lot of factors like economic development, social development. I mean, just a whole range, education and everything. With that said, I'm about to shut this down, and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, y'all are doing a good job. Believe me, una well trained, and me boast about una all the time. But I would like to see more transparency, more accountability coming from the police department and the soldiers, because let's be real, Jamaican soldiers, they have never fought a war. The only war them fight is the urban guerrilla warfare that's fought out through the city, through the streets in our city, and that is such a damn fucking shame. Now, if I was the Prime Minister or government or leader, I would be more concerned. I would concern about the violence, but then I would be concerned what is triggering these people and these guys, because it's mostly young men, to go out there, farm gang, rob, thief, kill. It has to be a breakdown in society. So, my thing is, do we really think Jamaica is a real democracy? Do you think Jamaica democracy is endangered? You understand? And we have to address the concerns about the police violence and the democratic erosion in Jamaica, and this requires careful handling. My name is Countryman. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and click on another video. I'm out.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.